Hello, beautiful people. I hope that you are doing great wherever you are in the world. I I am so nervous and so excited to be doing this today. This is such a long time coming. I can't even tell you the amount of ideas, the amount of years, the amount of time, the pressure, the patience, the effort that went into getting me here right now. It's just so wonderful, and I'm so blessed, I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited, and I am ready to share. I'm ready to explore what I have learned, and I am ready to accept what is, so I'm excited to be doing this, and I'm excited to be here today, and I am so grateful to have you here watching or listening at home, or wherever you are. This podcast is called The Art of Growing Together. I decided on this title because it is beautiful, miraculous. It can be a little bit questioning, a little bit here and there, maybe a little bit off, a little shady sometimes, but growing and learning and living, especially in this time of life, is beautiful. It's magnificent. It's something that I'm cherishing, and I want to share with everyone else so that they can also cherish it, because we will not have this time forever. Even if you're in a bad time, even if you're in a good time, everything changes. Everything comes, everything goes. This world is continuing to shift every single day. You never know what can happen next. So to be here right now, I just want to enjoy it, and I just want others to enjoy it. And I just want to share the advice that I have on how you can do that, how you can find peace in this world, how you can understand that not everything is out to get you. Not everything is a setback for, you to feel defeated or to keep trying harder or keep working harder. Sometimes it's you should be doing something differently, and sometimes not everyone have that role model or that person in their life that they can come to for advice, or who can just give them advice unsolicitedly during a conversation just because you guys are just talking about real life situations. Not everyone have a person like that in their life. So this podcast is geared towards any and everyone who could value from a listening ear, and who can value from someone who is honest, someone who is truthful, someone who can give you all the advice that you need in this moment right now, and who can relate to what you're going through, even if I don't understand to the T what you are going through, because we're all growing through something. And I'm here to just share the art of loving that, the art of experiencing that through joy, apparently, but through joy, through laughter, through magnificent energy, and not through sadness, not through trauma, not through continuing things and continuing cycles. How to change your narrative if you want to. How to keep growing just because you are in a place where you can keep, you can do that. So, yeah, that's what this podcast is. I'm sorry the introduction was kind of long, but if you are here, thanks for sticking around. Again, this episode is going to be a little bit more of an introduction, but it's also going to be pretty insightful to what I would consider the introduction to self-healing is. And apparently, if you guys are watching, I do have Marley here on set making biscuits. I wish you guys can see. I don't want to move the camera, but she is indeed in the shot. So if you guys hear her in the audio, full warning. Anyways, yes, so what I would consider the introduction to self-healing, we all know the first step to healing, or I would say the first step to healing anything in general, is forgiveness. This is what everyone tell us. You have to forgive your parents. You have to forgive the abusers. You have to forgive and forgive and forgive, and not for them, but for yourself. How many times have you heard that? I mean, it's true. Like, if anyone is giving you that advice, listen to it, because it's true. It's 110% true. Absolutely. But the one thing that people don't really express or don't talk about is how to forgive yourself. How to forgive yourself for limiting yourself for so long. How to forgive yourself for not believing in yourself. How to forgive yourself for talking to yourself in an unfriendly way. How to forgive yourself for not loving yourself. How to forgive yourself for not caring about yourself. How to forgive yourself for not putting yourself first. How to forgive yourself for being a people pleaser. How to forgive yourself for not knowing how to say no. How to forgive yourself for any and everything that has set you back, that has held you back through your thoughts, through your anxiety, through, listening to people and just taking that in, or absorbing things that you have experienced and just not knowing how to internalize that in a good way, or not knowing how to consider that this isn't what you should be internalizing in general, and putting so much on yourself, hating yourself, calling yourself out, doing all these things to yourself, and then having to just switch around and be like, yeah, we're doing better for ourselves. Of course, you have to forgive everyone else who played a part in that. But the hurtful thing is, which I feel like may also be the most hurtful thing, is that you played a big part in that as well. And I'm losing all of my trains. An example of that, I would say, I can share a real life example would be when I first started my my weight loss journey. I had to have an honest conversation with myself, because I tried so many things. I was in the gym pretty much since middle school. Like, I played basketball in middle school, I played volleyball in high school, and then I went straight to college, and then I was in the gym probably like once a week for like 3 months, and then I would stop for like 6 months, and then I would go back twice a week for 1 week, and then stop for 3 more months. I had a very unhealthy condition with the gym, and I had a very unhealthy relationship with food and with eating. And for me, it was very internal to lose weight. It wasn't something that I could just start eating healthier, because I did. I started eating healthier. I lost a few pounds. It didn't last long because it was so internal that as soon as I was triggered, it immediately went back. Or, not eating at all, doing fasting. I'm doing all these things, and I'm fasting for 7 days. I can do this. I can prove to myself that I can lose this weight. Yeah, what are you gonna do with that next week when you can actually eat again? It was so internal, guys, that it took a really hurtful and truthful conversation with myself to understand why I was even doing this to myself. So again, forgiving everyone else, forgiving the other factors, yes, that's important, but it is such a big thing to forgive the part that you played. I know what I was doing as well. I was accepting, and I have to forgive myself for accepting. Why am I accepting this condition that I'm putting myself on? Why am I accepting this relationship that I have with food? Why am I accepting that this is what my body is supposed to look like? Why am I accepting that? Why am I telling myself that this isn't cute, or I don't really like this, or you got too much of that, or ew, just don't show that to anybody, to myself? Those are very disgusting terms. Those are very disgusting phrases to even think about to anyone else, let alone yourself. You have to honestly, truthfully forgive yourself too. And I feel like that's like the That's like the easiest example I can give in this moment. But again, that applies to all forms of healing. That applies to any and every way that you kind of allowed yourself to not show up for your higher self, or for the lowest version of you, or for anything. It's like we all go through it, but this is why we're growing through it together. Okay. And for anyone who's in this position of being in that first step of forgiveness, being in that first step of understanding, this is what I need to do, this is how I need to open that door to self-discovery and to self-love, is through forgiveness. Of course you have to figure out who you need to forgive and for what reasons. You start with unboxing that trauma. You have to start with unloading that truck. Literally, it's one step at a time. So for anyone in that position, I just want to send you love and light, and I just want to give you all of the positive energy that I have through my voice right now, and let you know that it's all for a better reason, it's all for a higher purpose, and you will make it to your destination. I promise you. It's not easy. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, I feel like I have so many more examples, but I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. I really just want to focus on giving more advice and sharing, steps, and sharing wisdom and insight for anyone who is learning and growing and unpackaging that can of worms and unpackaging their trauma, or just starting to realize that they have trauma, because not all of us know, not all of us are aware of the amount of trauma that we go through. That's the thing too. I feel like people are so inconsiderate of looking on the outside in. You can say, oh, you have a 2-parent household, or oh, you had this growing up. Like, you might not have the same type of trauma as someone else, but there are so many forms of trauma. There are so many ways someone can get stuck in that mindset, or in an age of, because they were so afraid and they were just so unloved or unworthy, and they just had to go to the safest spot, and they stayed there forever in their life. You don't know what could happen to get someone there. So that's why it's always like you can't give that straightforward of advice of, this is what you need to do and this is how you do it. I'm here to just tell you, like, hey, it might not be easy, but you can do it one step at a time, and these are the steps that I took, and these are the ways that I got there. So this is how I can share it with you. Like, I am not in any way, shape, or form here to tell you guys that I am a professional of anything. I do have my degree in psychology. I do have a certification in behavior analysis and behavior studies, and I am very spiritually enlightened and aware to a lot of things within the world, and I can just be a vessel to share my light and to share my sources and to share my knowledge with people. So that's all I claim to be. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, I know this was pretty short, but I wanted to just be more of a chill, more of an introduction, and just kind of showing you guys what this would look like, what this would sound like, how this journey is going to be with us. And if you are here, again, I want to say thank you. I want to say that I appreciate you guys and that I love you. I'm sending you all the love and light that I have from my voice right now, and I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be in a position where I can share this and where I can be this. So I do hope that you stay. I do hope that you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify. And I want to continue growing and learning and loving and sharing and healing together. So again, this is The Art of Growing Together. My name is Shanice, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day.